Massachusetts could be days away from a new mandate on wearing face masks. And here to answer your questions is Dr. Shira Daron, the hospital epidemiologist at Tufts Medical Center. Good to see you.
Good to be back.
We know the CDC now saying fully vaccinated people do not need to wear masks inside or outside, in large groups, small ones. This new guidance applies to about 45% of the state's population. So does that mean that for them, the COVID-19 pandemic is basically over?
Well, this is a tricky one. You know, the CDC makes recommendations based on science. It's up to the governors to make the rules. Now, in this case, the science says that if you're vaccinated, it's safe for you to do pretty much everything you used to do before the pandemic, and you pose little to no risk to others. But the logistics aren't quite so simple because we can't tell by looking at someone whether they're vaccinated or not. So what does Governor Baker do? Do we use an honor system, as President Biden suggested, and have only vaccinated people drop their indoor masks and maybe unvaccinated people take advantage of that? Or do we wait a little longer until the numbers are a little lower and it's safe for vaccinated and unvaccinated people to drop their masks?
So to that point, you can't tell whether someone's vaccinated or not. You're so right, just by looking at them. But do you think that people who are fully vaccinated, do they even have to worry about that? I mean, they are not at risk, right?
They're at very low risk if they're vaccinated, but unvaccinated people are at risk. And we know that a mask on the infected person and the vulnerable person is safer than a mask only on the vulnerable person. So there's still a risk to unvaccinated people if they're out and about and other unvaccinated people decide to take their masks off.
All right. The travel industry is saying this mask mandate stays in place. Airplanes, buses, public transportation. Why is that? What does the data show about this risk of traveling? Is it for these unvaccinated folks?
Yes, it's for the unvaccinated folks. And again, you know, the data are mixed. Airplanes have very good air exchanges, buses not so much. But I think that planes and buses and trains are places where it's just really hard to maintain any distance. Unvaccinated people might take their masks off, but the mask mandate will eventually go away for everyone in that setting as well. It will likely be based on getting to lower case rates nationwide, or maybe when everyone who wants to has had a chance to be vaccinated and get all the way to that fully vaccinated status 2 weeks after their final dose.
We know that one group, they're not vaccinated, these kids under 12, they're not even eligible. Do you think they still need to wear masks around others?
You know,
what's your advice?
Based on what we see in Israel and in the UK that are ahead of us in vaccination, as we continue to vaccinate the adults and the older children, we will see cases plummet in the younger children as well. And very soon, we'll reach a point where unvaccinated adults and children will be quite safe without masks and without distancing inside. Outside is already safe, regardless of vaccination. Add to that the fact that children are very unlikely to get severe disease. And I expect that we'll see governors not mandate masks for children and leave it up to them and their parents.
All right, we're getting close. Every day we get closer. Dr. Daron, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.